Hi everyone, my name's Katie Cooey and I am getting my Master's in Reading Specialist. So my question and what I did my research on is do students comprehend books when they are printed digitally or in a book form on paper? And so what I found is that there was one main research who lots of people have done a literature review on, is done by Laura Singer and Patricia Alexander, and they did this study to see if exactly kind of what I'm doing, but they did it with older high school students. And so they kind of critique teachers too on how we use technology in our classrooms, and saying that sometimes we don't necessarily use it for the best purposes. So kids are having a harder time comprehending what's happening because they're just using it as busy work instead of something that they're actually supposed to be reading and then comprehending and then using further. So how I would do my research is I would, this upcoming year, I teach 5th and 6th grade English, so I am going to be doing a test group of 10, and all 10 of them will be reading the same novel, and 5 will be reading digitally and 5 will be reading the print book. They will then get 2 weeks to read it, and I'm going to give them scheduled time in my class, and then also expect them to read at home to get it finished. But then I know that some people digitally don't have that, so I'm going to try to give them time in class to read this. I'm going to keep a reading log of when they read, how many pages they read at a time, and the setting of where they read, because I feel like that may have altered the outcome a little bit, as if they were reading in a really loud classroom. It's going to be hard for them to comprehend it whether it's digital or print. So I would like to give them about the same situation, so that's not a factor in it. I then will do a one-on-one personal interview with them, because in my other research I have found that the tests such as Accelerated Reader that teachers know kids may be still using, or that we used when we were in school. And so that just does the bare minimum of testing. It says, what is the main character, who was the main character, and so in that study it showed that those tests, there's no difference between print or digital. So but she said once you get deeper into it, like asking them questions such as what is the plot or what is the setting, that most times that the print scores higher. And why that is, I think, is because when you're reading digitally, we all know we like to just keep scrolling instead of stopping and reading and fully understanding it before we go on. We just scroll and scroll and scroll because it's the easy thing to do, and who knows if we remembered what we've read. Also, it's very distracting. So like if you're reading your book on your phone and you get a text message, you pop that up real quick, text that person, go back to reading, and then if you're like me, you get tons of emails, and so you're constantly switching screens instead of just staying with it, like a print book. And then in her study, she also said that lots of people liked just the fact that in a print book, they could see the progress they've made. You can always tell when you're about halfway through a book, and they liked the smell of books. So that helped them comprehend the book because they enjoyed reading that medium. So that's my plan, and I'm sure it's going to change because I've had some other thoughts about changing it because I switched to a new curriculum, and that would make it easier on me while just incorporating it in to test data. But for now, I think the most reliable way and valid way is going to use the novels, because then it takes no background knowledge of such as the curriculum saying testing over certain things, and then I would have to make sure students were scoring the same in the same range, which I expect to do with the novels. I would like them to be kind of between two ranges of grade level, because sometimes I'm doing 5th and 6th, so sometimes 5th graders read at a 2nd grade level, and so I would like to just get the middle range of they all read about the same 5.5 to 6.5. So if they can read, if that's in their level, then I would like to test them. But that's my research so far, and so